We're kicking off summer with lots of new choices at the Team Automotive Group. Save on everything new during the Memorial Day sales event happening now at every location of the Team Automotive Group.
That would be concerning and maybe set a precedent moving forward.
If you have plans to be outside, you might hit a couple of these little passing showers.
A drug bust and a few arrests made. Look at what they hauled in here.
Good morning.
Welcome to it.
Happy Friday.
Indeed.
Folks, we've made it to a Friday. How about it?
You just had some
Birds
ducks go
flying
by.
Yeah.
We're lucky they didn't melt with that sun. That thing is up there. It is, like, it's not crazy yet.
No.
Actually a pretty reasonable start this time of year, but it's going to start to get to work on us. It's going to be a hot one.
Summer is officially here and summer feels like it's here. So folks, you know the routine. Grab that iced coffee, grab that iced water, and make sure you're set for some sunscreen too. That'd be great for the kids.
Yeah, don't.
Is yours hot?
No. Well, it's lukewarm, so it's not even, it's not cold, it's not hot, it's just,
okay.
It's in the glass, it's in the cup. Let's talk to Dr. Steve, see if we can figure it out. Yeah, so that sun's going to start to work on us. 94, did I see the forecast high?
Yeah, that's right. Looking more likely we're going to start to see some mid-90s, Matt, today and on into the weekend. Compliments of that guy. The sun coming up over Baton Rouge, as you mentioned, mainly clear skies this morning, and temperatures ranging from the upper 60s to mid-70s right now. Baton Rouge 71, Hammond, Gonzales 68, as warm as 75 already in New Iberia. I've got temperatures approaching 90 by noon with mostly sunny skies through the morning and not shown here, but the high of 94 around 4 o'clock. Mostly sunny to partly cloudy and ever so slim rain chance for today. Let's give you a look at that here on Futurecast. So through the morning, I think we'll largely stay dry. Here we are at noon, mostly sunny, temperatures in the upper 80s. Into the afternoon now, 4 o'clock, still only seeing maybe a spotty shower or two on the board. Temperatures in the low to mid 90s. Late afternoon into the early evening, HRRR does generate a couple of showers, but I do mean just a couple. So that's why we say today's rain chances running 20% or less. So dry weather, certainly good news for the baseball regional getting underway at the box today. LSU and Tulane kicking it off at 2 o'clock this afternoon. It's gonna be hot, especially if you're in the sun. Keep in mind the temperatures we report, those are measured in the shade. So if you're in direct sunlight out at the box, it can be a good 10 degrees hotter than that air temperature that's reported. As it stands, we're looking at temperatures low to mid 90s much of the game, mainly dry, winds out the northeast at about 5 to 10 miles per hour. Updating you on the tropics, if you missed it yesterday, Tropical Depression number 2 formed in the Gulf of Mexico. You can see some showers and storms here. Probably a little bit hard to see, but let me point it out. Center of circulation is right about in here, so kind of displaced from the shower and thunderstorm activity. That gives you evidence that wind shear remains in place, so this thing still is not terribly well organized. As of 4 a.m., maximum winds 35 miles per hour. Already has started to make a turn to the south, expected to continue moving south to south-southeast and gradually weakening as we get into the weekend as it gets closer to Cuba. So not going to be a big deal. Ultimately, this was just a good reminder that we're now in hurricane season. It's been dry as of late and still not looking at a whole lot of rain in the days ahead. 7-day rainfall outlook from the Weather Prediction Center showing a half-inch or less. On average, could certainly get more. We do get a few storms, but bottom line is nothing real widespread in terms of rainfall. Today, mainly dry, 94. We'll keep highs in the mid-90s this weekend. A few more storms this weekend, 30% chance tomorrow, 20% Sunday. And then on into next week, this is a little more like what we expect in early June, although temperatures still a little bit above normal in the low 90s, but those afternoon rain chances up a touch higher, running 30 to 40% each day. It's 7:06 now with a check on your Friday morning commute. Seems like it's been pretty quiet so far this morning. Here's an update now with Johnny.
Don't want to jinx anything, but it has, Steve. It has been very quiet this morning. Here's I-10 near Segan Lane and the Bluebonnet off-ramp. Over here you can see the Capitol and the Marriott in the distance. Way over here, kind of in the haze, you can see the bridge. So it's moving well all the way into the downtown area. This is I-10 at Essen Lane. I-12 is also moving well out of Denham Springs. No real significant bridge traffic this morning. Even LA1 at the on-ramp of the bridge over in the Port Allen area looks really good. This is our a little bit of tap into the brakes right here at the 1012, and all in all, that's about it. I don't really need to take any more time than that. It Get out and enjoy it. It's going to be a hot one, though. It is 7:07. If you are just joining us, missed some of the important headlines from this morning's 9 News This Morning show, we have them all capsuled for you right here from Studio B with Matt Williams and Liz Coe.
Johnny, thank you. A lot to get to, starting off with some national news that we've all been watching for weeks now.
Yeah, so this, if you're just waking up, you may have missed it because this happened late last night in D.C. Look, they're already an hour ahead of us, and they were kind of burning the midnight oil. They were trying to pass a debt ceiling deal, this compromise bill, and that ultimately ended up passing from the Senate. One step left, presidential signature.
The president says he's going to sign that as soon as possible. Of course, we're watching and waiting to find out. The Treasury Secretary, Janet Yellen, said that deadline moved back to June 5th, which would be Monday. So we're going to let you know what happens. But of course, the Senate making sure that they push this so we don't get into that situation.
Correct. We'll follow it along all the way to the desk for you. Let's get you back down here into South Louisiana as well. This turned into a crazy situation. I'm sure you got some of the alerts from us as well. East Feliciana Parish, actually a search set up there that kind of spills over into different parts of our area, looking for, still this morning, a shooting suspect.
Yeah, somebody who they believed shot a man after an incident in the Zachary area. So this happened late yesterday evening. And so they're trying to find someone that both East Fel, Zachary police are looking for at this point. We're told the person that he allegedly shot is a man in critical condition.
Shot in the head.
Yeah, at a local hospital here.
So that's the victim in this case. Who pulled the trigger? Well, they say they were kind of following a bit of a car chase, ended up getting away, crashing this and that, and the person behind the trigger, they believe, and behind the wheel, still out there. But when you talk about a pretty big scene, all these responders, helicopters in the air, it grabs a lot of attention for all those right reasons. You want to know what's going on. But if you can help out, it's an easy phone number to dial with Crime Stoppers.
And if someone looks suspicious to you, maybe seen running in that area, please give them a call. It could really help them out.
Okay, let's get you over to Denham Springs. This is just a heartbreak, but there's a way we might be able to help out. A Denham Springs woman diagnosed with cancer recently, about ready to undergo treatment, and like a day before treatment starts, she loses her home in a fire?
We're talking about Miss Pam McAllister. She just recently diagnosed with oral cancer despite having no history of smoking here. So she was about to begin chemo, radiation therapy. Well, her neighbor noticed a Wednesday night that her house had caught on fire. Her 2 dogs trapped inside the home. She does not have her dogs anymore.
Yeah, they died in the fire.
She still has a long road ahead of her in terms of her battle with cancer and her home now. Where do you go home to?
Well, you know what? Home is community. If you are surrounded by friends and family, and in this case, it looks like she is. Looks like the neighborhood is trying to come together in every sort of way that they can. But obviously, they could use some bit of help as they try to help out. And so, what we've done in this story, WAFB.com and your 9 News app, go down to the very bottom of it, read through it so you kind of know what's going on. It's going to be a link, a way to help her out as she goes through this, her journey just beginning as she deals with a couple of incredibly difficult situations.
Please share the link too. We can get our community to rally around her and get her what she needs.
All that. Make sure you know about this as well. Southern University Law Center, an expungement event today.
So if you have any records that are clearable and you're thinking, okay, I don't know how to go about that, today legal experts are going to be set up at the Southern University Law Center at 9 a.m. to 4 p.m. And you just have to bring a couple of documents here.
Yeah, driver's license, certified copy of any minutes from the court, that kind of thing, copy of bill of information, background check from state police. So those are the things they need, and then they might be able to get you what you need, trying to clear some stuff so it's not on the record. All those job applications become that much easier. Expungement can be a big deal.
This is first of one of many events they're hosting this summer to make sure that there's a process and there's a place for you to get some free resources, free legal help if you're trying to navigate this process.
So from that, we take you to this. Benefit for Officer Sean Kelly. It's been a few weeks going on now since he was shot. A lot of folks obviously still thinking, still pulling for talking about him, talking about the family, and I mean family who wears the badge, family, blood family as well, friends, community. Big event.
There's a fundraiser happening tomorrow at the Denham Springs Municipal Oaks Pavilion. So that's happening at 11 a.m. through 10 p.m. Please head on out there, buy a plate lunch for $10. That money going to the family to help them out with medical bills and more.
All that. So that's going on. This as well. You mentioned plate lunch. How about a food truck lunch? Perkins Row, back at it again. All the good food trucks out there.
And there's something for everybody from 5 to 8 tonight. Head on over to Perkins Row. There's going to be live music. There's going to be food. There's kids can run around on it, have fun, get them tired so they can knock out tonight. Everyone sleeps well.
I like where your head's
How
at.
about it?
How about getting them out here, getting them tired, right? That is our Callie Hubbard on a surfboard. This is actually, you did this as well,
Yeah.
Liz. You guys are just so much more athletic than I am. This is Liberty Lagoon in Baton Rouge. They are now starting their daily hours, so all the opportunities, big events coming up.
Yeah, they've got movie nights. They've got this is actually adaptive. Anyone can use it, but they also offer a special needs course where they teach kids with disabilities how to do that. But in order to make all this happen, they need lifeguards. So if you are looking for a summer job, your kid is looking for a summer job, send in an application because they sure would love to keep the park open this summer.
You're a lifeguard.
Yeah, it's a fun job.
Yeah.
It's a lot of fun. It's a good memory. Plus, you'd be in the water all day while it's really hot.
Yeah, it's a good spot to be. Speaking of really hot, going to be warm out at the box today, but important day at the box. For the first time since 2019, LSU baseball hosting a regional tournament, and they get to play another Louisiana school. It's the Tigers and the Green Wave.
Yeah, keep in mind their record is 19-40.
The Tulane,
but they do feel confident coming in. And of course, this time of year, anything can go.
Sure.
We just need to stay alive.
Right.
You need to stay alive drinking water. You need to stay alive by making sure you're prepared, especially if you're sitting in an area that's not covered. Please just be prepared out there. It's going to be hot today.
It is going to be hot, and that's something that Steve has actually showed you guys all morning long. You were talking about getting up. It's going to be in the 90s the entire game. Even the late game tonight is going to be upper 80s, mid 80s. It's warm in South Louisiana.
Yeah, that's right. So don't underestimate that. And again, if you're going to be out the box and you're in the direct sunlight, that temperature can actually be a good 10 degrees above what we report to you because that's measured in the shade. So don't underestimate the heat. That's going to be the case throughout the weekend. That'll be an issue. Good news, Johnny, is rain shouldn't be much of an issue for the games. Today looks largely dry. A 30% chance tomorrow, 20% coming up on Sunday.
The grass could use a little rain.
Yeah, no doubt. Like my backyard is getting a little crisp. It's a little crunchy beneath my feet when I go out there right now.
True
When you say
that,
I
guys.
can hear it. Yeah. All right, we'll keep our eyes on all the things, making sure we're staying cool. The grass is staying cool.
Yeah.
But there's plenty of activities to do this weekend.
There's a lot going on. You guys, anybody going to the ball game, or you sound like you got your handfuls already there, Steve? You got yard work to do, and
yeah, yard work. We've got our neighborhood daycare that's apparently at our house. Yeah, we got a busy weekend, but I'll have the games on for sure.
I got tickets for the entire regional, every game except the ones LSU plays in.
Well, Steve, send your kids with Johnny, and there you go. Babysitter built in.